Hey everybody, Tanya from Cloud Business Services and Tanya's Bookkeepers Bootcamp. So I've got something a little different this summer for my AI in Action series. Um, Rather than doing this series, there's something really exciting that's going on that is around AI that I want to share. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may have not. And so I'm going to do weekly vlogs on this process through the summer. So I have been invited as a Canadian delegate to the United Nations AIFOD, which is AI for Developing Countries, um, Geneva Summit at the Geneva United Nations. It's a big deal. Um, I'm still taking it all in because I'm little old me from Belleville, Ontario, population 50,000 people up here in little old Canada. So it's still very, um, again, very overwhelming. So what this is, it's actually really, really cool. And I don't know exactly how they found me. I have my suspicions of how I was found. Probably, I've been speaking on AI for the last 3 years on ethical and practical uses. In there, it's my message has actually matched their message, which is AI. We as small business owners in the accounting industry, we need to be able to understand and educate ourselves on how to use it, educate our clients. AI will not replace us. AI cannot replace our human judgment, our human intelligence. I have been saying that over and over and over again and talking about environmental concerns, and these are some of the concerns that they have through here. Um, and what it is it's again, a summit at the United Nations with the world leaders, ministers, um, a whole bunch of people. They've just announced some of the people, like world leaders are going to be there. It is absolutely mind blowing that I get to be in the room for them. And so there's 10 main questions that they want to try to solve. And so I'm just going to share this here. I'll just go in here and share my screen was something that I took directly from their website because it's really, again, kind of cool. But this is where I start to kind of freak out. So, right here, this is what it is. We're going for a 3 day summit, 3 working days, the United Nations designed to move from what is wrong to what will we do about it when it comes to AI. Here's, the diagnosis that we have in here, what we're doing. With that, there's going to be a state of the IO innovation divide, research briefing. We've got a panel. There's 7 companies controlling AI for 8 billion people, and they are in 2 countries, and that's it. So this definitely it should be a concern for many of us for AI sovereignty. Absolutely. Countries reports. Yes, this is mainly for the 50 plus global South delegations, but they've invited everybody because, of course, the UN is anybody. And so they have invited all countries, not just the global South. We are technically in the global North here in North America. Um, but again, I am extremely honored to be representing Canada. The power of small, we're going to be talking about that. Small models, small languages, small enterprises. That's where I'm going to be fitting in. And small nations, governance frameworks. So we're going to be going around that. Deliberate action is we're going to be drafting the Geneva Compact on AI sovereignty. This is a pretty big deal. I didn't realize we were actually getting into that at the time. But what that is think of, the Geneva Convention that was around war. A lot of that built around Canada, or because of Canada. But that is around the international policy around war. Then there's the Paris Accord, and that is the international policy around environmental. This is going to be the Geneva Compact, which is going to hopefully become international policy around AI sovereignty. And it is actually going to go into and hopefully be signed into policy in Nairobi in 2027. So there's a lot, as you can see here that's going on. Here was my official invitation with my name on it, which I thought was really cool. So I printed that off. So I had my very own link that I get to go in there. And yeah, there's only 500 delegates from the world selected. Out of 8 million people, I'm one of 500. Um, I feel I was chosen because again of my passion, and that I not only work with small businesses, I not only advocate for small businesses, I am taking the lead on AI, and actual practical uses of it. And again, ethical usage of it, not just how we can do it the biggest and the better. We need to be practical. We need to be ethical. We need to be responsible. So AI is all about responsible use. It's here to stay, but like everything, too much of a good thing can turn into a bad thing. And so that's the way that I have been looking at this for, again, an average small business owner. Now, many of you know I work with a lot of bookkeepers and accountants, either work with or coach or collaborate with or am colleagues with hundreds across North America. And each of those people deal, well, probably thousands close to it, but each of them deal with potentially hundreds of small businesses themselves. So I feel I'm in a very unique position to do that. And one thing that I'm really hoping that comes out of this is that the people at the table, the world leaders, recognize how important the accounting industry is to small business. Canada, 82% of people employed by Canada are employed by a small business. The US, 40% of people that are employed in the US are employed by a small business. Those are large numbers. Small business does need to not be forgotten about. And that is my passion on that. And we, the accounting profession that deals with the small companies, have a very unique perspective. And this here is what I was sharing of what we're doing. I'm going to be doing a blog and sending the blog out. So there'll be a blog and a vlog, and it's just going to be my feelings and the journey along the way, and to be sharing with everybody the interesting parts of it so everybody can be there, because I represent all of you. Everybody watching this and everybody that you know, whether you know me or not, whether we've met or not, it doesn't matter. If you are a small business, you are an accounting professional for a small business, I am there to represent you. I invite you to come along on my journey with me. And as I say, I'm just going to be doing unique blogs. One thing that's going to be very interesting, it hit me yesterday. I'm showing up with purple hair. I can be the only one there with purple hair. Very serious people. Again, ministries, country leaders, and here's Tanya with purple hair. So it'll be interesting. But they knew I had purple hair when they selected me. I've been on some of the speaker committee meetings, and that was they see I have purple hair. So um, I have a feeling it's going to be it could be a little more difficult to get people to take me seriously, which is why I have to remember to stay in my lane. So, go ahead. I'm going to put the blog in here so that you guys can read the blog. Um, because again, I'm not doing this edited. The blog is edited. It's copy edited. What I do is I do my verbal diarrhea basically into my chat. My chat in the initial settings specifically, I have it. I don't want it to create for me. I want it to be my devil's advocate, help me get into my creative and be a copy editor only. And if I do not provide it with enough information to be those roles, it needs to ask me questions, because the one thing anybody that knows me knows, the one thing that is very important to me is my authenticity. Um, it's just ridiculously important. And there's AI can write anybody for anything, like, or anything for anybody these days. So that is how I use it to polish things up. So if you're wondering how you can do that, how you can use AI ethically, that's a great tip as well. So that you just speak into it, but be very specific. Say, I don't want you to write for me. I don't want you to create for me. I want you to be devil's advocate. I want you to be copywriter, and I want you to push me into my creative. And you get that by asking questions, and the copy editor simply just pulling all of my thoughts together. And when I read it, it is truly all me. So that is a wonderful way to do it and be able to make sure that you keep your voice. So thank you so much for joining AI in Action, and I really hope that you join me on my journey along the way. Thanks. Bye.